In any case, oh, we got mail.
Oh, let's look at the mail. You've got mail. Oh.
You know, I'm really sad about dropping my Oopa. It's worse than last year when I missed buying Fatty Garo Froggy.
So you can click one of those to reply.
Ooh! Okay, hold on. What are we going to reply to? The Oopa? I think we mentioned the Oopa.
Yeah. Metal Oopa.
I feel your pain. That thing was worth a fortune. Our precious research funds. Ors. Wait, what does that one mean?
That's someone going like bowing on the floor.
Oh, really?
Or like banging their head on the floor.
Huh.
Because if you look at it, the O is the head.
Yeah?
The R is their hands on the floor, and the Z is them kneeling.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I think I get it. Okay. Neat.
Oh, wait, it didn't send this response, did it?
How do I send?
Just click.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so we can actually see the mail before we send it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can we...
Let's see.
Nope.
Looks like no.
Oh, well. Worth a shot.
Can we go on the internet? Oh.
Nope. I wanted to go on eBay. In any case, there's nothing we can do about it now. It's time for Daru and I to head to Daibiru. What is Daibiru? Where are my tips? A skyscraper with offices and a commerce center that opened alongside UPX in 2003. Connected to UPX by overpass. Okay, so just another building in that area of the city. It's going to be a seminar at ATF, and we have to be there. It's part of our studies at Tokyo Denki University.
A seminar at the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms?
Akihabara Techno Forum, a meeting hall located inside Daibiru. Several universities and research institutions hold special seminars there.
Oh, the Techno Forum?
Summer credits, basically. We have to attend the seminar and write a report. Come to think of it, what's today's seminar even about again?
Is it time travel?
I looked it up before summer holiday began. I should have written it down.
Behind me is the large unidentified object that crashed into a building near Akihabara Station. The building is under police barricade. No one is allowed to approach, but from a distance, the object appears to be some kind of satellite.
As we cross the overpass that connects UPX and Daibiru, I looked down to see a huge crowd of people moving through the plaza. There are even some garishly dressed young men and women, the sort you don't usually see around Akiba. Everyone is walking towards the main street, which is still cordoned off. Daru, aren't you going to check out Radicon?
No point. Can't get close. I've been following the news online, though. There's already 100 threads about it on @channel. It's huge, man.
Oh, so that's why he was staring at his phone earlier. Gotta admit, it's a bit quaint to be staring at a flip phone. We enter Daibiru and take the elevator to the 5th floor, ATF Assembly Hall.
Man, feel that AC. I'm alive.
Unlike the lab, Daibiru has air conditioning. Yet another reason for our diligent participation in the seminar. About the phone wave, named subject to change, I might have found our answer.
You know, that name subject to change thing is really annoying.
I won't give in that easily. Even if no other lab members use name subject to change, I will carry on until the day we decide its true name. Now's not the time.
So, what's your latest ridiculous theory?
How come there's no listing for the 5th floor on here?
I don't know.
Sure. Interesting. What do you mean ridiculous? My genius brain considers every possibility, even those a lesser mind would say break the laws of nature. Don't you dare call that ridiculous.
So basically you're just pulling stuff out of your ass. You can't call that science.
Yeah, we can. Daru, I have a hunch that the phone wave, named subject to change, may be the key to opening Steins' gate. How's that?
Steins what? You lost me back at ridiculous, man.
Chime signals our arrival on the 5th floor, which has nothing on it according to these. The elevator doors open slowly. So we step out of the elevator. Ah! I bump into someone. Quickly grab the person's shoulder to keep them from falling.
I'm sorry.
What? It's a girl. And I recognize her. You... Impossible. Chills run down my spine. I stare at her face in disbelief. I saw this girl just 3 hours ago. Makise Kurisu.
Is there something wrong?
Kurisu frowns and tries to back away.
Yeah, there's something wrong. Those belts on your arms.
Listen.
What are they here for?
She's a Final Fantasy. But I don't let go of her shoulder. My grip tightens.
My grip on her ridiculous arm belt tightens.
Okabe, learn personal boundaries, man.
Ow!
You should be dead! Why are you here? And you're even... There isn't a single bloodstain on her clothes, and they're the same one she was wearing when I found her. Only a serious wound could have produced that much blood. As far as I can tell, she's completely uninjured. Not a scratch.
Hey, that hurts. Let me go.
Yeah, what the fuck, Okabe? Yeah, you deserve that look. Kurisu pushes me away. Then she shoots me a wary glare.
Then she shoots me.
I realize that I'm giving it... Game over.
What's wrong with you?
Not enough Dr. People. You're okay? But that's impossible. Someone stabbed you. I saw you lying in a pool of blood.
That again?
Daru interrupts. Wait, there's something strange about what he just said. What do you mean, again?
I mean, you sent me that email like a week ago, right?
I sent you an email? Don't be ridiculous. I saw her dead just 3 hours ago.
Hey, could you not talk about me like that? I'm perfectly fine. You know, that message was kind of weird. It was dated a week after I got it. which means it came from the future.
What are you talking about?
It came from the future?
Kurisu says, approaching and suddenly becoming aroused.
A time machine.
Okay, you need to recreate that and take a picture of it so I can show people what that looked like. 'Cause that was... Oh my god. That sounds like something you'd read on the internet, Taru. It's weird for you to talk about ridiculous theories. Because you had a picture of Kurisu from the manga on your phone for a long-ass time.
Yes.
And it did not look right.
No, the date was definitely a week later. It came from, 28th. Wait, that's today.
Daru pulls out his phone and shows it to me. He's right, the email was sent from my phone. I also realized that he uses papyrus font on his phone like a noob. Someone stab.
Someone stabbed.
He received it on July 21st at 12:56, but it was sent on July 28th at 12:54. It was split into 3 mails. Someone stab, bed makise ke, Kurisu, don't. Why did I send such a short message in 3 parts? And it looks like the 3rd email got cut off. I do recognize the content, though. This is the email I sent you 3 hours ago, dude. But I sent 1 mail, not 3, and there should be more text. Did Daru really get this a week ago?
Interesting.
Suddenly, Kurisu is standing next to me, peering intently at the screen of Daru's phone. Oh, right, the email's not important. Well, maybe it is, but not right now. The real question is why she's still alive. Is she an illusion? An evil spirit? Am I haunted? Is her twin sister from the future? I don't believe in such unscientific drivel. I'm a mad scientist. Oh, in Kiyoma. I timidly reach out to touch Kurisu's face.
Like a fucking creeper.
My fingertips stroke her hair. Like a creeper. Feels silky, quite the cuticles. Substance. Substance. She has substance. Of course she's not a ghost. Silly of me. You can call that assault if you want. That's invading your personal boundary there, Kurisu.
Yep. Ocarine, I don't think that's a good idea.
Respecting people's boundaries is always a good idea. I poke Kurisu's cheeks with my fingers. God damn it. Such softness. Dead bodies don't feel like this. Not that I've ever touched one. Shifty eyes.
Hey.
Yeah. I mean, this is why I think it reminds me of a light novel. Because of the way it treats, the main female character as, a literal object, almost, for the possession of the main character, to moving right along. At least it didn't spend, 14 pages describing a panty shot.
Hey. You take that back.
I-
Kizu Monogatari is a masterwork.
I object to it on so many levels.
Someday, you'll understand.
Wait a minute, we've already touched when I bumped into her coming out of the elevator. I even grabbed her shoulders before being pushed away. And I still doubted that she had substance? That's just proof of how confused I am.
And what a dick.
Yeah, and a real dick. If she's alive, then what did I see back at Radicon? What was that scream I heard? Were they hallucinations, just like that mass disappearance? That's right, she was stabbed. Maybe she's just hiding her wounds. This requires further investigation.
No, it does not.
Damn it, Okabe. Listen, I know it's a trope. And I know, but we don't have to approve of it. Alright? There's a lot I really like about Steins Gate.
This is not it.
This is one of the things that is definitely not it. Just so we're clear on that point. I grab the hem of her blouse and slowly lift it.
Like a fucking creeper. Are you trying to get yourself arrested?
Yes. I just want to know the truth. I stare straight back at Krisu as she trembles with anger and lift her blouse a little higher. God damn it. See, this makes me just profoundly uncomfortable.
Yeah. What truth, you perv? You stupid? Wanna die?
She pushes my hand away.
Luis-chan's famous line for the win.
What? The main heroine of the anime, The Familiar of Ten, Tsundere. Her voice actress is the queen of Tsundere, Sujimaya Rie, nicknamed Suyu. Wow, we are despicable people.
Pretty much just Okabe.
Yeah, actually...
Gaara's trying to encourage him not to do this.
Yeah, and Kurisu's like, hey, my boundaries are being violated, but it's by a dude with, and, you know, presumably straight cis dude. I don't have any power in this scenario. I could put myself in danger by fighting back, so I'm gonna let it happen and hope I can get away.
In any case...
Misogyny. In my anime? Never! It's also worth noting that the anime has exactly the same problem.
Yeah.
It is... I know what I saw!
I know what I said.
Extremely Dana voice. I know what I saw.
No way. Did you just see my underwear?
Kurisu's face turns bright red. She firmly pulls her blouse down. No, you fool, not that! Good. Earlier this afternoon, Earlier this afternoon, after Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, someone killed Makise Kurisu and left her in a pool of blood. I carefully explain everything that I saw.
Wait. Dr. Nakabachi? What are you talking about, Okarin? Dr. Nakabachi's presentation was cancelled.
Cancelled?
Yeah, because of the satellite crash.
Something's wrong. Our stories aren't matching. It's the same thing that happened right after I saw the mass disappearance. Maria's story didn't match mine. I need to know. I caught in some sinister plot? Is this another organization conspiracy?
Excuse me.
Guy who just basically molested me. What's up? How you doing? My name is Hoin Kyoma! Have to get those extra O's in there.
Really, man? You're hopeless. Okay, Hoin-san. I'd like to hear your story in more detail.
Looks like she finally understands I'm not lying. But I still don't understand why my memories don't match everyone else's. I doubt I can give her a good explanation. Just then an older man steps out of the assembly hall.
Makise-san? It's almost time to get stabbed! Huh? Oh, right. Thank you.
Kurisu glances at me one more time, then sighs and heads towards the small conference room.
We should go too.
Go where?
To hear the lecture? Duh.
Ah, that. Daru follows after Kurisu. Did she come to attend the lecture too? Strange. Why would the girl genius Makise Kurisu need to attend a lecture like this?
Because women can't give lectures too.
Okay, my guess was a bit off. The girl genius didn't come to attend the lecture.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming to hear me speak today.
I like how they play that off as a plot twist, too.
I mean, she is, like...
Okay, fair. Like, but they play it as a plot twist off because... I don't know. Still rubs me the wrong way.
Would you be surprised if someone came up looking like high school age and proceeds to be the featured keynote speaker at a conference that you didn't know who was speaking at?
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Know.
Especially if they're wearing arm belts like that.
Yeah.
She's the one giving the lecture? Japan's famous girl genius, Makise Kurisu, who had her thesis published at the tender age of 17. According to Daru, she turned 18 a few days ago. So it's okay. I first heard about her when Daru pointed her out in a Gossip magazine article. That's when he told me that she was going to be a guest at ATF. I'd forgotten all about it.
It's my first time giving a lecture like this, so please forgive me if I'm a little nervous.
Does one traditionally get groped before or after one is done speaking? I'm a little new to these conventions.
Oh no.
The audience is pretty mixed. It's mostly students like us, but there are also a couple of professors. And Kurisu just gave me a sharp look. What did I do? What do you mean, what did you do? You know exactly what you... Okay, quick. A reenactment.
Oh, right in the belly button.
That's what you did. When I return her stare, she quickly averts her eyes. I don't care if she's a genius or whatever. I still don't like her. Oh, now Okabe's the tsundere. She may have these people fooled with her timid girl act, but I learned at Radicon how cunning and aggressive she really is. Even if her murder was some kind of hallucination, my judgment of her character is still correct.
For today's lecture, for some reason, I've been asked to speak on the subject of time travel, something completely irrelevant to my studies. I'll do my best. I don't know why I'm here, but I'll do my best.
And I don't know why y'all are listening. Time travel.
Let me start by saying that time travel is an absurd concept.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Objection! You can't see it, but I am doing the Phoenix right.
I can.
You can. Can you confirm that I did that? Okay, thank you.
What?
This stick again? Every member of the audience, not just Kurisu, is startled by my interruption. Perhaps I'm being slightly rude here, but I'm not one to just sit and listen to some genius girl's drivel. Man, Okabe's a tool.
Yeah?
Like a gigantic tool.
Yep.
It's presumptuous for you to claim that time travel is absurd.
Okarin, you magnificent fool.
Sitting at my side, Daru throws me a small salute. ATF staff are approaching, probably to kick me out. Perhaps I got too carried away.
Okay. It's fine, I guess. It'll be easier to talk in a discussion format.
Thanks to her proposal, the event staff refrained from escorting me out. She sounds a little pissed, but let's not mind that. What do you... Do people enjoy self-inserting as characters like this?
I don't believe that is the point.
Okay, so I'm not wrong to feel like incredibly anxious at every single turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's deliberately a cringy and shitty guy, I think.
But are you sure?
I'm not sure.
Because, like, I feel that way, but I also feel like a lot of the things that I find cringy are things that people would kind of overlook.
Yeah, I feel like it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
But before that, please listen to my thoughts on the subject. Scientists have proposed many theoretical models of time travel, but there are 11 in particular that bear mentioning.
Like, why do they need trigonometry? Oops. What are the major theories of time travel? I've heard about the cosmic string theory, at least.
The 11 theories. Theory number 1, where you go back in time and become your own grandmother.
Neutron star theory, black hole theory, light speed theory, Big Bang theory, theory of a dead man.
Bazinga.
I don't have any more.
Tachyon theory, wormhole theory, exotic matter theory, erotic matter theory, silly string theory, quantum gravity theory, cesium laser theory, elementary particle ring and laser theory, Dirac antiparticle theory.
I don't know much about it, but let me just, immediately off the top of my head list off every single major field of study in this. Not bad.
It's especially confusing when you consider that she studies brain science.
Yeah.
That's like this VN is very loose on what science consists of and what scientists do and know.
Are you saying that my visual novel about time travel is unrealistic?
Yes.
I can't accept that. Perhaps she's a worthy rival after all.
However, all of these models are purely theoretical. Some of them even contradict each other.
Well, what if someone comes up with the 12th model? I also love how he sounds like an absolute dick that has no idea what he's talking about.
Because he is.
Because he does absolutely have, and just kind of, oh my god. It's so hard for me to, because I keep thinking of him as this character further along in the series, but it's so hard.
Right. Well...
Here, I've got something for you, right out of my pocket. You're number 1.
It could be contradicted by the 13th model now, couldn't it?
Damn! She twisted my question and used it against me. It's almost like my question had no substance to begin with. Ow. I regret that decision.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Did you get your earring?
I might have gotten my earring. Touché, genius girl. Suddenly I feel eyes on me. Some puffed up professors are giving me hard looks from across the room. Maybe I got too carried away. I don't want to risk losing my credits. I should back off for now. Well, I mean, you're a cis straight dude. You know, you can only fail upwards.
By the way, time travel to the future is available to us right now, according to Einstein's special theory of relativity. We're all moving at 1 second per second into the future, even though it sounds much longer because this jackass won't shut up.
First to both Einstein's special theory of relativity published in 1905 and his general theory of relativity published in 1916, represented by the famous equation E equals mc squared. The special theory of relativity is defined by the following axioms. Objects cannot travel faster than the speed of light. As velocity approaches the speed of light, the passage of time approaches 0. As velocity approaches the speed of light, length approaches 0. As velocity approaches the speed of light, mass approaches infinity. The general theory of relativity adds the following axioms. In the presence of large gravitational fields, the passage of time slows down. In the presence of large gravitational fields, space curves. In the presence of large gravitational fields, mass increases.
In the presence of large gravitational fields, ass increases.
The presence of large gravitational fields, like dead ass. Note, Einstein's theory of relativity is all about your mama.
What?
Oh.
That no. Mean.
No, but your mom is a wonderful person.
Yeah, that's so mean.
I know,
How
but
did you say that?
Because the joke is that it's such an old ass joke format that the joke is meant to be the joke format, not the. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and back up here. Oh hey, Japanese honorifics. Let's do this real quick. San, the most common honorific used with strangers, or people of equal status, and in general whenever one needs to be polite. When used after the given name, it indicates a closer relationship. Kun, an informal name suffix generally used for male friends or male subordinates, also used by males towards female subordinates in professional environments. Chan, a diminutive suffix that indicates high affection usually reserved for small children, young girls, or between close female friends. Tan, an even more diminutive version of this chan suffix, most often used for fictional characters, especially anthropomorphizations, for added cuteness. Shi, a literary honorific generally used by formal publications such as newspapers. Some otakus such as Daru use shi regularly.
Now we know.
Now we know.
For example, let's say someone were to go to Haneda Airport and board a plane headed to Okinawa. Upon arrival, that person would be about 100 millionth of a second farther into the future than I am.
Is that the correct way of phrasing that?
What do you mean?
Because isn't it more that... Because time moves faster in space, basically.
What?
Because it's further away from...
Okay, but I
Yeah.
liked your way of saying that. Time moves faster in space.
Okay.
I think that's not quite what we mean.
Okay, because it's not that they're further in the future. It's that they've lived less time in the same amount of meta time.
What's meta time?
That's just how it's the model that helps me imagine how all this shit works.
So they're further into the future?
Sure, fine.
Because they've lived a smaller amount of time and ended up at the same point.
Yes,
So they're
that's
further into the future.
right. No, they're at the same point in the future, but took less time to get there.
So they're further into the future.
Shut up. All right, between this episode and the next one, I'm totally going to reread The Order of Time, so that
Yeah.
way I can be, like, on the ball here. I don't know.
There is no same point in time anyway, really.
Well, there is, but it's a looser term than we generally think of. So while, like, it makes sense to speak of a point in time on the scale of maybe about the size of the world or so, anything like it doesn't make sense to talk about the same point of time in here and on Mars, or here and I don't know, in another galaxy over. It's just that the time information takes to get around the world is so small that it's insignificant compared to the amount of time it takes us to actually process that stuff.
So what you're saying is it's within a completely arbitrary limit, so we've
Yeah.
decided it counts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
The completely arbitrary... Well, it's not a completely arbitrary limit. The arbitrary limit is our physical ability to comprehend the difference in time.
Time is an illusion there. Lunchtime doubly so.
I mean, time is like... Imagine 4 balls on the edge of a cliff. But no. Like, I'm not even shitting you. Like, as a loose... it's not a thing that actually... Like, there's no exact now moment. There can't be. That's not a thing that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But, given that we perceive the world imperfectly and that and that receiving information from the world takes a non-trivial amount of time, in that we also don't actually process things in like a strictly linear order. Like, what the information we see in here is not one-to-one exactly what's happening.
So, what you're saying is we think there's time because we're built wrong.
Like, literally, yes. But literally, yes, that. Exactly that, though. I'm done talking about time now, I'm sorry.
Time's an illusion. Universe is made of numbers.
Get out of here, Max Tegmark.
No. I refuse to log off.
Max Tegmark, this is a Wendy's. Oops, sorry.
For example, if you could run at near the speed of light, you could reach a point where time only moves half as fast for you. What I mean to say is, time keeps on slipping into the future. If you were to keep running at that speed for 24 hours, 48 hours would elapse in the rest of the world, meaning you would jump one day into the future. Understand? Ho in Kyoma?
Yeah, see, so it's not that they are now in the future, it's that they're at the same point as everyone else but took less time to get there.
They went into the future.
Sure, fine.
Like, what would going into the future mean other than that?
Literally nothing else. Like, I'm agreeing.
So just, you agree.
I think it's a silly way. I think it's a silly way of looking at it, practically speaking.
I think it's a completely reasonable way of looking at it.
Well, I'm glad for you. Good.
We're all time travelers, and maybe sometimes we are traveling time at different rates.
Fine.
Anyway. Understand, Hoin Kyoma?
Ouch. Gah! Why are you signaling me out? I'm doing my best to hold back, but it looks like Makise Kurisu wants to pick a fight. She wants to pick a... You're the one who was acting like a dick, dude. I wish she hadn't said my name in front of so many people.
Well then, why did you...
It's too great a risk to let others know my true name. Oh, right. You know what? We shouldn't call him Okabe. That's dead naming him. I'm sorry. I want to take that back. It's only Hoin Kyoma from here on.
But that's not really time travel, is it?
No, Professor calmly makes an objection. True, Makise Kurisu's example isn't strictly time travel, per se.
Yes,
yeah, it is, though, because what we think of as time travel into the future is literally what we just described. Getting to a point in the future, or getting to the same point as everyone else, but having less time passed to do it. In this case, the time passing to do it approaching almost zero. So I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. You're wrong.
But I'm agreeing. Are you just being contrarian for the shit of it?
No.
Damn it. Oh, Carlo Rovelli, I'm so sorry. I never expected an older man, a professor at that, to refute an 18-year-old girl. Maybe he's just testing the genius girl's resilience.
Yeah, you're right.
The genius girl readily concedes the point. If she were a normal 18-year-old, it would be impossible for her to be this calm in front of all these people. A normal 18-year-old would panic when refuted by such a distinguished-looking professor. And yet, Makise Kurisu is giving off an aura of gutsiness that says, I could take this guy on.
Then, what about going to the past? Going to the past is possible right now. Take a look at the sky at night. You can see light from tens of thousands of years ago, can't you?
I love that this conversation, like, isolates what's a fundamentally, like, the fundamental implausibility in what we assume about time travel.
Mm-hmm.
In that, when we say time travel, we mean almost like we're traveling to another, like we almost think of it as traveling to another place. Like, oh, I'm going to try and travel back to the 1920s. We don't think about it like, oh, this place on this particular frame of reference that I'm in,
mm-hmm.
however many years ago, we think like, oh, I'm traveling to the 1920s, this mystical land of, I don't know, flappers.
And jazz.
than jazz or whatever. Whereas really the question doesn't make sense. It's one of those things where I have a pretty clear idea of what I mean in my mind, but I have trouble finding the correct words to accurately express what it is I'm trying to say. So I apologize if I sound a bit if my language sounds a bit sloppy. I'm not always good at picking my words correctly.
I, on the other hand, apologize for nothing. I am the picture of clarity and also right.
Fuck off.
No.
Do you want to sleep on the couch tonight?
Only if you do too.
Settle down. That's not time travel either. See, this is time it's a nearby student who objects. That's what I'm talking. It's like when people say time travel, they want to be like, I stop here and I appear there. They don't want time travel to be like the stuff. They don't want to think about time travel as happening between two times. They want to think about it, you enter at time A and exit at time B. Not that you have to get from time A to time B, just that it happens. Whereas that doesn't make sense. There's some process of you moving through time to get from A to B. So either you have to move backwards in time and actually move, right? Or move forward in time and actually move forward in that particular dimension. Which again, fundamentally doesn't make sense, but still. The thing is, though, like as that time approaches zero, then it just feels like an instantaneous thing, which is where we get this stuff from. But why are you giving me that? Am I spouting nonsense to you?
I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
I'm trying to talk about why time travel as like a trope in fiction doesn't line up with like time travel as it would have to be a thing that would possibly exist IRL. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and shut up now.
No.
Although I do recommend reading The Order of Time by Carlo Rovelli and James Gleick's History of Time Travel, which is quite fascinating. That's right, I'm giving you homework.
Well, I was just getting started.
It's just me, or did Creasy look a little nervous just now?
Let's say we wanted to make a machine that could physically transport people through time. What would we need? The best candidates for this are cosmic strings and wormholes. A cosmic string is a string-shaped crevice with extreme mass.
A string-shaped crevice? That must be how they enter our universe. But do cosmic strings really exist?
The crevice is about as wide as an elementary particle, and at least as long as the diameter of a galaxy. It has immense mass, so it distorts space-time. If you were to travel through that distortion, you could make a full circle around the string in less than 360 degrees.
I know this is tangential, but does that battery thing ever go lower than full?
Yeah, if you don't recharge your computer.
Oh my god, that would stress the fuck out of me.
It would be so great if it did that. In short, you can do something resembling a warp. This is called a space-time angular deficit. When you pass through an area of angular deficit, transit time becomes 0. Now we apply this to a cosmic string moving at near light speed, which I somehow learned about in my brain science classes. According to the special theory of relativity, time will flow slower for the cosmic string in relation to its surroundings. Therefore, passing through the area of angular deficit would cause the transit time to become negative instead of 0. In other words, you will arrive in the past after transit. If you use 2 cosmic strings, you can do a space deficit jump. If you loop back to your original location, you can return to the same time you started revolving. And that, roughly speaking, is time travel by means of cosmic strings. By the way, just so nobody misunderstands, cosmic strings are not the same as superstrings, or silly string, or G strings, guitar
Or
strings,
String cheese.
string cheese. They're all related,
But they're not the same.
but they're not the same. Related elementary physical phenomena. Now then, you need 3 things in order to travel to the past with cosmic strings. A cosmic knitting needle. First, the cosmic strings themselves, 2 strings to be exact. By the way, they are hypothesized to exist only where the universe was first formed, so they might be a little hard to find. Second, you would need the energy required to make them move. Oh, I'm reading at the same time as the thing.
That's
Sorry.
fine. Whatever.
To make them move at near light speed. How much energy do you think you'd need to accelerate something as long as the Milky Way to near the speed of light? I'm pretty sure it's a little more than 1.21 gigawatts.
A gigawatt originates from a 1980s trilogy of Hollywood movies about time machines and time paradoxes. The first movie, the inventor of the time machine said it needed 1.21 gigawatts of power to travel through time. What is that a reference to?
Nobody knows.
No one knows. Over here, superstring theory. In physics, a theory that all matter in the universe is composed of strings, vibrations of which manifest as the elementary particles. In this theory, which posits 11 dimensions, is currently impossible to prove experimentally. However, it is said that if this theory is proven, it will explain all phenomena from the birth and scope of the universe on the micro level to the elementary particles, like quarks, on the micro level.
Oh, I'd like 1 quark of milk, please.
Stop it. Elementary particle is just the smallest unit of matter. Neat.
What's the biggest unit of matter?
Dad ass.
Nice. We have fun here. Anyway.
I like her smirk when she makes the reference.
Oh, right, that's you.
No, you can go ahead.
No, you
No,
can't.
go ahead.
No, you.
No, I mean, this is
No.
basically your lecture. Go ahead.
No. It's from Okabe's viewpoint. the
This
inner
earns a few
thoughts.
chuckles from the audience.
There we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll continue. Third. Oh, wait. Third, you'd need a spaceship capable of reaching these cosmic strings and returning, with the time traveler alive, of course. What do you think, Ho-In-san? Care to take on the challenge of cosmic string time travel?
Like, that's even possible. And why the hell is she addressing me? Because you interrupted her first. I wasn't even the one who jeered this time.
Looks like Ho-In-san doesn't want to take the challenge.
Ooh, snip, snap.
In that case, let's consider wormholes. They may be a little more realistic than cosmic strings. By the way, Ho-In-san, do you know what wormholes are?
No, don't ask me. I'm trying to hold back here. Since I've been challenged, though, I can't leave the question unanswered. It's like a shortcut through space, right? It's where the worms go when the rain is... I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct.
Whew, got it right.
Got it in one.
I sigh inwardly in relief.
There are 2 wormholes on the edge of a cliff. No matter
I
how
already
far
made
away
that
the
joke.
wormholes are, transit time through the tunnel is 0.
I already made that joke,
You
though.
did. But oh no, there's a problem. The wormhole tunnel suffers from supergravity and collapses as soon as it opens. So we need something to negate the effect of gravity.
Nah.
So-called erotic matter.
No.
A substance with negative ass which attracts other matter.
So-called exotic matter, like a yallarhorn. Negative mass, huh? Dat mass. Is it something that floats if you leave it on the ground? Maybe not. I can't even begin to imagine what it would be like. Kurisu raises her right fist. All hail
power
the
to
glow cloud.
proletariat.
I like yours better.
Say that the wormhole tunnel is being squished by an invisible fist.
I just need to imagine this entire arm dripped in J-lube.
In order to pass through, you need something that could oppose my fist's grasping force so that I can't squish anymore.
Dicks. Kurisu opens her fist.
If you stabilize the tunnel with erotic matter injection, instantaneous travel between wormholes becomes possible. To travel through time, however, takes a little more effort. What?
You know what you did.
For example, let's say there's a wormhole entrance here in Akihabara, and the exit is in Los Angeles. First, we send the wormhole in LA all the way to the end of the universe at near the speed of light. And once it's there, we yank it back to LA.
How?
According to the special theory of relativity, time slows down for objects moving at the speed of light, meaning the hole that returned to LA would be further in the past than the Akihabara hole. So now, if Hoin-san jumped into the wormhole, he'd arrive in LA several years before he left. However, this still can't be called true time travel. It only seems that way. This is called the Urashima effect.
The ura.
The important part is to return to Akihabara from LA through the wormhole once more, since the transit time is 0. Ho-In-san will return to Akihabara several years in the past. Time travel complete. The prerequisites for wormhole travel are simpler than the ones for cosmic string travel. First, the wormhole itself. They may exist somewhere in the universe, but nobody has ever seen one. Second, the energy required to move a wormhole to the end of the universe and back at near light speed. Third, exotic matter, which, by the way, has not been confirmed to exist.
What kind of matter?
Sorry, erotic matter.
Okay, I didn't understand what you were talking about for a second. So implementation of either one would require a ridiculous amount of effort.
Now do you see what I meant when I said that time travel is an absurd concept? But isn't that not what's being argued here? What's being argued is not that it's an absurd concept, just that it's not feasible.
That's true.
That's a radically different argument.
Or is she arguing that it's... Well, I don't think she's arguing that it's infeasible. I think she's arguing that the theories rely on stuff that is not proven and theoretical. So... It's not that it's infeasible. It's not just that, like, it requires a ridiculous amount of something that we know we can do. It requires not only a ridiculous amount of shit, it requires things that are completely speculative and not at all proven to be true as well.
Okay. Nevertheless, it's not an argument that time travel as a concept is absurd.
True.
It's an argument that we can't actually do it, which is very different.
Okay, that's fair.
Time travel theories are all just thought experiments. Not one of them can create a viable time machine. That is my answer. Isn't there anything simpler? Like something you can pull out of a drawer and just use or something? I'm afraid not.
A firm declaration.
This is the limit of modern physics. I can't say how it might change in 10 years, though. Besides, even if someone did overcome the logistical requirements, there may be other factors that prevent time travel from working. And that's because fundamental problems concerning the principle of causality have not yet been solved.
You mean time paradoxes and conservation of mass? The mass of the entire universe is constant. If a time machine traveled from the future to the past, there would suddenly be the extra mass of the time machine and its pilot in the past. I remember reading in a book, not a terribly reputable book, but still, that such a violation of mass conservation would put the universe in danger. Didn't say what kind of danger, though.
Equivalent exchange. The mass would disappear from somewhere else.
There you go.
Yup. If you think that conservation of mass applies to macro systems like the universe, or micro systems like atoms or elementary particles, you're mistaken.
What? Is that true? She's laughing at my reaction, that little... How mortifying.
Conservation of mass only applies to chemical reactions. It doesn't hold in modern physics at all.
Isn't it conservation of energy?
I don't know. something can come from nothing.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, because you can't. Then what's the problem?
You do all the professor voices now.
No.
The time paradox of time paradoxes. In other words, the grandfather paradox.
Oh, that thing where you kill your own ancestors before you were born?
And then take their place.
Eh?
As long as this paradox goes unsolved, time travel can never be realized. Never.
I don't think that's how that works. You if we assume time travel is a thing that could happen, we could have that paradox unsolved, and then have time travel, and then discover that the formulation of the paradox was wrong.
Or just that it's actual. We don't know for sure that causality is a thing. The principle
Right.
of causality is not something we can empirically test.
Because isn't it also true that in the forces that fundamentally govern the universe, only one of them has an actual time component to it. All the other ones work forward and back.
Something like that.
Like the only thing that the only force at the fundamental level of the universe that has an actual temporal component to it is the transfer of heat.
Mm-hmm. See, I was thinking about it at the level of cause may not follow from effect. It may be that David Hume was right, and causality is just that things tend to follow from another, empirically speaking, but that there is no law making it thus. It may well be that paradoxes occur and are actual.
I'm trying to make a joke about a humument now, but I can't really get there, so just assume I made a really funny pun there. Whoop. What if you just don't kill him?
You can't think of it like a sci-fi movie. It's not just about your family tree. There are far greater dangers than that.
Really? It doesn't seem that dangerous.
Any paradox, no matter how small, would cause the total collapse of causality, relativity, and every other physical law in existence. What? Paradoxes are nothing more than thought experiments. They cannot occur in reality, and they should not. And if you make one happen, I will come for you.
Makse Kurisu. Time cop.
Nothing that has even a 0 point, lots of zeros, 1% chance of causing a paradox can happen. The universe won't allow it. I won't allow it. Wouldn't you say this is the logical conclusion? Or else?
There's only one fundamental law in this universe.
Me.
Puts on sunglasses. Me. Yeah!
There may be loopholes, like parallel worlds or the self-consistency principle, but those seem too much like fantasy for me to accept.
Gah! I grind my teeth. Critical hit! When I see Makase Kurisu looking at me with her composed expression, I avert my eyes. Looks like I have no choice but to concede. Makase Kurisu is truly a genius! I ended up listening to all of Kurisu's lecture at ATF. After the two time travel theories she introduced at the beginning, she explained the rest with equal eloquence. She seemed a little nervous at first, but that quickly changed as she spoke. By the end, it was an impressive lecture. So impressive that you wouldn't think it was an 18-year-old's first time. She did well to respond to my malicious questions with sarcasm. She's got guts. Wait, why am I praising her? Leaving that aside, I saw Makase Kurisu dead. And yet she is alive. My memories don't mesh with reality. And nothing about Kurisu, my conversations with Daru and Mayuri, didn't make any sense either. Everything would be solved if I just told myself that what I saw was a dream, an illusion, that it never happened. But never say never. This leaves me with no choice. And we'll have to see what No Choice is left next time. Because we're going to have a very long conversation at the beginning of the next episode.
Yeah.
Also, sorry that we kind of got sidetracked. I really do apologize. I before we come back next time, I'll make sure that I freshen up. I am going to reread some of the stuff I've been reading just to make sure that I'm able to speak a bit more precisely about what I'm trying to say, rather than just muddling through half versions of it. Because I don't want to be unable to clearly express my thoughts about a theme of a game that we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that just doesn't feel good. Anyway, see you next time.
Next time.
Or do you mean next place?
Bye.
Also, seriously, you should read The Order of Time by Carlo Rovelli. It is a fantastic book. Very short. It's only like 100 or so pages, and it's pretty tiny. And it does a great job of summarizing, like, what the state of knowledge about what time is.
It's not. Time doesn't real.
Pretty much.
You can learn that in like 2 hours if you read fast.
Right? I mean, the central thesis is basically that time, as we think of it, isn't... Like, we think of time as, like, this linear, consistent thing. And that's how, like, our bodies are... Not our bodies, our minds. The physical parts of how we experience the world are trained to model the world around us.
So our bodies.
Yeah, okay, yes, fine. But when we talk about time in that sense, time in the casual sense, there's no correlation between that and any physical and any kind of variable or constant in the physical world. The closest we can get is some extremely localized variable for shorter that approximates what we think of as time. And even then, that doesn't hold outside of a very small radius. Alright, I'm done talking now. I'm sorry. I think this stuff is fascinating.
It is fascinating.
And that's kind of what I was trying to get at earlier, is how about how what we think of as time is in a very real sense limited by how we perceive it. We can think of a present moment only in so much as the fact that we perceive the world around us is not exact. There is a delay in processing it, and what we see and hear and experience is not a one-to-one recreation of what's going on outside of us. So in that kind of gap that's created because of that delay, because we all experience that all around us, every single one of us on the globe, and because information can travel at a speed faster than that, we can meaningfully speak of a quote-unquote present moment for the Earth as a whole, but not much else. But the further we try to expand that idea of a present moment, like even to something like say like the moon, suddenly, because we can do stuff like the further out we go, and the further the issues with the further the differences in traveling through time become, the harder and harder it is to reconcile that with just one particular variable in the experience of time. Does that sort of make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry. I'll shut up now.
No.
Oh, I like you.
I like you.
Bye.
Bye.